feel this way? Or would the stars still misalign me, lying bleeding from the blades? I was lost just when you found me. My reflection now estranged. You plucked me from the shroud of darkness, reborn in your gentle gaze. This is a given and a taking. This is a garden grown to breaking. Until the sun comes, a new day waking. Come now the flood, drown till drinking. What's been coming finally came. I know my last and dying breath will be to speak your blessed name. A tender holy moment in this world of blood and sin. If I had it to do over, you're the chance I'd take again. This is a given and a taking. This is a garden grown to breaking. Until the sun comes, a new day waking. Come now the flood, drown till drinking. Drinking you and fingers quaking, tracing heaven in your aching. The love in our love, the law worth breaking. Oh, heart of my heart, our life that we're making. There's something in the way you love me, erasing all my self-destructing. You are guilting, oh, all of my breaks back together. There's something in the mirrored lenses, refracted in the way the light bends into your eyes. I wanna see me how you see me. 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 I wanna see me how you see me.
Hello, and welcome back to the Emerald Loop, question mark? I am, of course, but one of your humble player characters this evening, Pixel, and I am excited to present to you the I forgot to come up with a saying for this part of the thing, 6th episode of Ages of Einor in collaboration with our beloved creative partners in the Heat Fleet, and the Bonus Moms Tavern presents Critical Role, Call of the Netherdeep. What's up, folks? It's been a while. A little bit of delay on this campaign for unforeseen and unavoidable circumstances, but we are back. So, as always, first things first, I'm not a GM tonight, and I'm the only one streaming. So, if you're looking at my screen, you won't be seeing any spoilers, but if you know this adventure, have played it before, or read it, or anything like that, please don't spoil anything in chat, because our PCs don't want to be spoiled.
Nobody say anything. You guys got to do it as that spot. Hate to break it to you.
I don't know what that means. Second, please don't forget about the rules. D&D has a lot of them. We don't always get them right. Don't lose your mind about it. Third, don't be a wangrod. No internet toxicity, and please don't be judgmental about our players' knowledge of the game or the rules, their character or RP choices, or really, frankly, anything about themselves or about them or each other for that matter. And of course, as a reminder, we do release the show on the Ages of Einor YouTube each week following the session if you want to rewatch or have to miss part of it. And of course, before we get started, Cass, if you would introduce yourself and your character, starting with Bonus Mom.
So, hey there, kiddos. I'm Bonus Mom, and tonight I'm playing Grasha the Barbarian, a friend to all and a sweetheart indeed, unless you mess with her or her
Oh, we've got
friends.
cams in the wrong place? Hang on. How did that happen? Okay, sorry about that, gang. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. Bonus Mom, do you have chat inspiration?
Well, I don't know.
Okay, well, while you find out, we are going to Vincent Page. That's right, we zagged. We didn't do the whole thing. What?
Honestly, I'm distraught. I don't know how I'm going to deal with that, but I will persevere, I suppose. Guys, I'm Vincent Page. I'm playing Orin Talwin, half elf Echo Knight fighter. I forgot how hard that is to say. And I think I have this somewhere. Don't worry about it. I have chat inspiration.
I do
Wonderful.
too.
Okay, excellent. Lady Stuff.
Hi, I'm Jason, and I'm playing Dorian.
Damn it.
The
I'm doing my best, all right?
Oh, hello. I'm Rhea, Lady Stuff, playing Rhea. I can't remember her accent. We'll get there eventually tonight. She's a cleric.
Like we're starting back from scratch with everybody on accents tonight.
Yeah, for real.
Okay, well, because I skipped Jason.
Yeah, I'm Jason. I'm playing Dorian the Warlock, and I don't remember a whole lot.
And do you have chat inspiration?
Good question.
And while you're
Yes.
looking that, okay, you do. All right, excellent. And of course, our illustrious Grand Dungeon Master, Ace.
Yeah, Mace. I'll be everybody that's not one of the people here doing other things. And since we did the impossible and took a long break from D&D and made it back, if anybody doesn't have GM inspiration, go ahead and take that too.
Hell yeah. I did not.
Oh, I do not have chat inspo. So
You don't have what now?
I do not have chat inspo.
Boop. Okay, well, and folks, my name is Pixel. You can find me here on twitch.tv/hammer and Pixel. Sometimes we've been playing a lot of Final Fantasy XIV lately. Rhea does have inspiration now. Thank you, Foxy. And you can also, tonight I will be playing Casimir Talwin, your tiefling gunslinging fighter. And with that, we're going to throw it to Ace to remind us who we are, what we're up to. Let her rip.
Good
Yeah.
luck.
So I'm going to highlight a few things just from a little farther back, just so that we're all kind of on the same page. But we all competed in the Festival of Merit, and our motley crew here ended up winning and walked away with a relic from that. Not much is known about it at this point. They had kind of an interesting vision during that whole event while they were competing with a rival party that has various attachments to various members of the group. And in and of that process, they decided to set out to try and confront some members of that group, as well as try to reunite with some members of that group who had set out to a city where supposedly, I don't think it was actually made public why they were going there. They were just kind of persuaded, I'll say, by Rhea to follow this group there. They actually took an accelerated pace. So the very last time we played, we went through some pretty risky encounters. Luckily, everybody kind of came away pretty unscathed for the most part, but I think we all got an idea just how dangerous of an area we're in. This is not by any means a walk in the backyard. This is pretty. There's a lot of demons. There's a lot of just mutated things that are not friendly. And due to the lack of food and resources, everything seems very aggressive here. However, at the very end of that session, we did make it to the Emerald Loop. The Emerald Loop is this kind of safe haven, kind of halfway in their journey, a little over halfway actually. And the Emerald Loop is this small bit of vegetation that is actually maintained by some, we'll say, unnatural forces. But it's kind of well known across the land that this is kind of a safe haven. You don't, there's no fighting here. There's no anything like that. This is kind of a safe place that people can stop, can rest, and then go back about their journey. So with that, I think I will turn it back over in case there's anything anybody specifically wants to do before we go any further. Like I said, we kind of just made our way in. Nobody's really made contact with anybody or anything like that just yet. So
Yeah, just a quick refresher on where we are in terms of rests and like timeline. So Rhea had her little dream sequence before we had a combat, and then we rested, and then we traveled, and then we rested again, and now we're here? Or...
correct. Yep.
Okay. Perfect. So it's been a couple days on the road since the event.
Dream sequence is a gentle way to put it. Sleep paralysis, nightmare demon.
That actually does remind me of a great interaction of like, yeah, don't worry about it, Orin. I totally do this all the time, even though you just caught me out in some kind of weird devil circle. It's fine. I forgot about that.
Did too.
And then I actually have one question myself. Was this just a stopping point on the way? Did we have business here? Are we meaning to look for your friend here?
I don't know that it's specifically there was like a reason for you guys to go here, other than it's just a safe halfway point, kind of in the journey where you could safely rest without having to be high alert. You got some time that you can actually recoup and probably get your hands on some food and things like that as you travel.
The Aurora Watch is here. I have that as a note.
The Aurora Watch is here.
And is that who those guys are? Yeah, I've got that too.
Yep. You guys would pretty quickly identify, just making your way in, that several members of the Aurora Watch wearing a very, I don't want to say specialized, but like a very specific style of armor that kind of identifies them as the Auroran Watch. They're kind of just posted up around this area. Again, that kind of falls into this context of this is supposed to be a safe place. No fighting, no looting. This isn't, while the rest of this area may be a barren wasteland, this is legitimately supposed to be a small bit of respite, a small safe haven that they kind of oversee.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
also
think-
looking... Go ahead, sorry.
Oh, no, you.
I was just going to say, looking back at my notes, Dorian found a knife with some words inscribed on it.
Did.
Which we may want to see if anyone here knows anything about. We saw some dead demons.
Almost got picked up by a giant bug. It was great.
And we probably should not tell everyone that we have what we think is a vestige of divergence.
Oh, I forgot all about all of that.
Yeah.
Notes.
Where are my notes?
Then also, we probably should check around here to see if I can't remember that guy's name. There's no situation in which I remember the dude's name that we're looking
Just
for.
call him Gal.
Gal, there we go.
Yep.
I guess we could look around here to see if anybody seen him as well.
Yeah.
And so since it's been a minute, I will say you guys were also aware that Gal was traveling with who I'm going to say is the rogue individual, the human individual with the bowl cut.
Whose name we did eventually get.
Oh.
What is
Actually,
his
is
name?
his full name?
Yeah, well, maybe not the full
Well,
name.
whatever
we got
they're
at least
calling
a
him,
first name.
right?
Somebody.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever the group was calling him.
Irvine?
Okay, so you guys do have his first name.
Irvin.
Yeah. So.
Yep,
And
yep,
yes,
yep.
it was him and the wizard
That's right.
that we're trying to track down.
Yep. And we're trying to go to
But I think as we
Asarius.
understand it, it's like mostly his idea, and the rogue is just along for the ride, unless he has some ulterior motives we don't know about or something.
Yeah, it was like he was going to use the rogue's connections to try and get to
Something,
shady
yeah.
friends. Yeah, to try and undo. And I think, what Rhea had shared was, again, that her understanding is that they're basically trying to undo what happened to their friends in the cave.
Yeah, especially
specifically Ao.
Genasi, right? Yeah, Ao.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. And there's concerns about, meddling with space and time.
When has that ever went wrong for anybody in
Think
fictional
back
media?
to the future. It works out
Never.
every time.
There's
Right.
nothing to worry about.
It's gonna be fine.
There's a message in chat I don't understand. Redeemed highlight.
I don't understand it either.
Is that in the
Twitch
Twitch
chat?
chat? Okay, let me take a look. Oh, so one of the default, but one of the default channel point redemptions on Twitch is you can highlight your message. It's meant to be like, hey, I've spent points, so please read my thing. That's all that is. It's one of the default things.
All right, folks. Well, I guess let's get to it. Huh? So do we just sort of hip down anywhere, or is there like a process of this?
Well, certainly we can go and try and find out where we might be going. Hello, fine gentlemen, gentlewomen, gentle friends.
I guess I'll put us on the map screen as well.
And so as you approach the Auroran Watch, you actually notice that all of these guards look a bit elderly compared to what you would have seen when you guys were like in Jigao, for example. Looks like maybe they've been stationed here, and they all carry a certain demeanor about them that just kind of says they don't care, right? Like as you approach, they kind of just give you the nod, but like effectively, I think you kind of piece together that this has been a quote unquote safe place for so long that they haven't had to do anything. So these are kind of guys who just kind of get to sit around and like claim that they're doing all the work.
Well, love that for them.
Seems a bit more laid back here than a little bit outside the way there. I mean, the demon corpses and giant critters coming to swoop down on us.
Well, I think that's kind of nice myself. Hi, Grandpa, she's going to say to the nearest one to her.
He kind of like tips his head back a little bit to look up at Grasha. He goes, "Oh, hi, yeah, well, welcome to the Emerald Loop. Safest place to camp. Just make yourself find a place. Yeah, you guys will be fine."
So, is there any place around here to get something to eat?
He kind of raises his hands a little bit. You can tell this is kind of like not his area of expertise. He goes, "Well, some folks in there cook with the dryads, but they got some rules. We bring our own rations. I don't know what their rules are, but they're pretty hospitable so long as you play by their rules."
Well, I'm very hospitable as long as everybody plays by the rules, too, so I don't think I'll have any trouble at all. Well, thank you kindly. I hope to God that's how she was talking. I can't remember.
That sounds about right.
So
Yeah.
is this like big enough that we can kind of see the whole thing from where we are, or is it?
Yeah,
small?
so
Or-
it's a
other
pretty
way?
decent size. I mean, they have these, covered wagons that they've formed a loop in. Again, more as a security thing than in a way to keep people out. But like by doing so, obviously they kind of protect their backs a little bit, and then the guards sit on the outside of that to kind of keep people safe.
There's like a tent city kind of thing. There's no like permanent
Correct.
settlement or anything.
Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So there's no inn.
Is no inn.
Damn, there's
All
no
right.
room in the inn.
You mean we can't get through?
All right. Well, let's head in.
Well, all right. Can we squeeze between the wagons? That's my question.
I would say
Yeah, down
probably
here.
everyone can squeeze through, except Grasha would probably have to come through down on the more open side.
Okay, well, naturally, she tries to get in there and can't and says, "Excuse me, sorry, pardon me, oh dear," and then starts to move around till she finds the opening. Well, hey, that wasn't so bad.
And when you guys make your way in, you find a few people kind of sitting around the fire. And actually, Grasha, I feel like you would probably take note sooner than the rest of the large pot of stew that is currently simmering away over this large fire. And there's these two dryads that are kind of slowly adding ingredients while everybody else is kind of sitting around, just generally chatting with each other. Doesn't seem like anybody's like trying to keep secrets or anything like that. They're just kind of, having some small talk while they're waiting for food, things like that.
Well, boy, something smells mighty good. Yum, yum. And I'm moving in for a closer look, but not into the fire.
And I think one of the dryads kind of steps forward. She goes, "Oh, if you'd like to eat, I truthfully," and she kind of drifts off as she locks, like she turns and looks very specifically at Cass, and like trails off without really saying anything more.
Oh, well, okay. Thank you.
And the other one kind of steps forward and is kind of like trying to nudge the other one to kind of like get them to snap out of it a little bit. She goes, "I think what my friend was trying to say is if you all are looking for some food, all we ask is you bring something to add to the meal tonight."
What time's supper?
Oh, so this is like add a little, take a little?
She nods and she goes, "Should be ready about an hour or so. Shouldn't be too much longer."
I think Rhea takes one look at the fire and says, it looks like a little bit, PTSD flashbacks, and is like, "Oh, I can go collect us some things. But maybe that's what I should best do." And she kind of like scuttles away from the fire.
Well, Gracia starts looking through those rations. She had done a little gathering on the road. I have a note, and she found it. I didn't write down what, but she found a day's worth of rations a couple of different times. So she's
Yeah.
gonna see.
And I think just they're not looking for you to give enough to feed somebody. It's more of the goodwill gesture of being willing to give, right? That's what their focus is. So it's not even so much a matter of an amount. But yeah, I think if you give some of the berries and things that you collected along the way, that is more than enough for them, that they kind of graciously accept. But you guys do notice the entire time that initial dryad, even as they go back and sit back on these kind of overturned logs, that one dryad is just like locked onto Kaz and following him around camp. Like, not physically following him, but her eyes have yet to break his as she follows him around camp.
Great. I presume Kaz notices this?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that it's even like an immediate thing, but yeah, I think you would catch it pretty quick.
Okay, so Kaz is just gonna pace around the camp just to make her move a lot and watch him. Like, if she wants to look, she's gonna get a neck workout. Not like going around behind her, but just kind of like back and forth, like...
Yeah, and I think the more, like, as Cass is aware of this and like specifically now trying to kind of feel this out a little bit, I don't feel like you gauge any like malicious intent. It's more like she's like infatuated.
Oh, that's weird.
Right? Like, she is like just almost beside herself watching you walk around the camp.
Okay, that's way more uncomfortable. He's gonna go stand next to Orin.
Oh God.
Babe, she's staring at me.
I think Dorian would definitely pick up on that kind of look. So he would kind of know what's going on. But at the offer of food and the suggestion of an offering, he's going to pull out of his bag some of the wine and whiskey that he packed his bags with that he brought from the hotel. So he's going to set a bottle of wine down for everybody and pop open the whiskey and walk over to Kaz because he looks like he needs a drink.
Yeah, Kaz is definitely gonna take a swig. I thought I was gonna sort of like big dog it and mess with her a little bit, but she's really messing with me now.
I think she likes you.
Really not how I thought this was gonna go.
I suppose we could use this to our advantage. You could ask if they've seen who we're looking for, if they stop by.
Oh boy.
Listen, I can't really blame her. So.
Oh,
Maybe that
heck,
worked your
go on
charm.
over there and make nice. Come on now.
All right.
You're a cutie
Kaz
and she thinks so.
chugs the rest of his glass of wine. Just absolutely like, oh, downs it. And I guess he's gonna sort of mosey over next to this dryad if no one stops him.
Oh,
And just sort of
Grosh
say,
should be pushing him over there.
excuse me.
And I think the one that like is specifically watching him kind of like tucks herself behind the other one just a little bit. And you see her like reach forward and like cover her mouth while she whispers something. It's pretty inaudible, but you see the one in the front kind of nod and looks at Cass and goes, yeah, what can we do for you?
Well, my companions and I are actually looking for a friend of, and he points over at Rhea, a friend of one of our companions who we think might have passed through here in the last, I don't know, couple of days maybe. We were wondering if you folks seem like you maybe know the goings on around here pretty well, so I was wondering if you might have seen him. He's, and I guess he'll describe Gal and Irvin.
Yeah, and I think she takes a minute, kind of pauses. Feel free to roll me like an insight check.
Oh,
As she kind of takes a second and she goes, you know, I guess those individuals do, I mean, maybe sound familiar. A lot of people come through here. You know, we're kind of like the place to stop. Why don't you come have a seat with us and we'll talk about it for a little while?
All right, I only got a 10 on that insight.
Yeah, I don't think you notice anything other than, I think you're a little more perturbed by this other one that's like just like almost dagger-eyed watching you like a hawk at this point.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess he'll go over and sit down. See what happens.
They quickly move to either side and sit down next to you. And they move in like, I mean, they have no concept of personal space. They have moved in like immediately next to you. And they're just like, so you're like, you're not from around here, are you? We haven't seen many like you.
No, I'm not from around here. I've been around though, but not that much around here, I guess.
Okay. Yeah. Now the one that actually seemed composed kind of starts trailing off as they're both kind of just like not like full body weight, but like subtly leaning into you a little bit.
Lord.
As they're just kind of like making themselves comfortable at this point.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely gonna look over at Orin, eyes like. But you know, he's trying to get information, so I guess he's gonna just like talk a little bit, like, yeah, well, you know, spent some time down in the down in Marquette, here and there, and we were in Jagao recently for the Festival of Merit. You ever been?
Oh no! Please tell us more. And while that conversation's happening, there's the two humans that are down here that actually overheard your initial questioning, have turned around to Dorian and Orin. So, hey, you guys are looking for the drow and the human that were traveling together?
Yeah. Yeah,
You're telling me all this is for nothing? Is that what you're telling me? Sorry, carry on.
That drow fella, he came through here looking real rough. That little human guy, he was damn near carrying him through here. They said they got into some kind of scuffle with some big demon thing, and apparently that drow helped stop it or something. And so a couple of the Auroran Watch were gonna take him up to their camp there to try and get him some medical aid because, well, we're not exactly stocked here, unfortunately.
Oh, that's good info. It's one of the guards that's still around here, or I guess somebody would have some info, right?
Well, they might. It was a couple of the younger guys who were actually out on patrol through the barbed fields is where they normally patrol. But when they saw this guy's condition, they said he was looking real rough. So they actually offered to take him up to their camp in Bezozan and hopefully get him some medical treatment because look, Drows aren't exactly known for the color of their skin, but that guy was looking pretty pale. He was pretty spent.
Bareth flinches
How
in
far
another
is that
universe.
camp?
Sorry.
Is that camp nearby? Where's Bezozan? I don't have a map handy.
Azozan's up to the west here. I'm sorry, to the east.
To the east.
That was where that's where that tower was, yeah?
Yeah, that's further into the more dangerous area, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's where the watch is stationed. They got a camp up there trying to keep people out of or keep things rather out of the city. So, they got an infirmary and stuff there. They thought might be better suited to help him than out here in the middle of nothing.
Well, that's great information. There's a bottle of wine here. Help yourself.
Like, you could tell that was really the only reason they were talking to you guys. Like, that's the thing, that is they kind of both dive forward and like trying to fight over pouring a glass for themselves.
Right.
so it
I
is.
suppose we should probably let Rhea know. And then we should decide as a group if it's worth trekking through there. As dangerous as it is. And I suppose I should go save Mir before he becomes a blossom on one of their limbs.
As you look across the fire and they are like totally swooning over him and like leaned all the way into it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go save him. And I think Orin's gonna walk over there, kind of behind him, and put his hand on his shoulder.
Oh, Ren. Thank goodness. Well, good to see you. This is, these people. I don't know. What are your names?
This one introduces herself as Rober, and this one as Lanata.
This is Rover and Lenata, and I was just asking them if they'd seen our friends we're looking for, and then also telling them about, the exciting life of a cattle driver in Marquette.
I'm sure that was quite riveting. We did, however, find out where our friends have went. So if you'll excuse me, my ladies, I must take Casimir with me.
Oh, well, surely he can stay here with us. I mean, what more use could another person be?
Well, truth to be told, he sort of like just kind of moves his coat to show like his weapon or whatever and says, I'm something of a fearsome warrior, so I suppose they do need my assistance.
Oh, well, there's no fighting here. That's not allowed. That's what the watch is for. You stay, take a load off. You deserve it.
No. I insist. If they request my presence, I would be a poor companion to not accede to their wishes.
As the two of them turn and are now actively staring daggers at Orin. Well, if you must go, I suppose we understand.
I feel like Orin finds this whole thing extremely hilarious and is just trying to hide a smirk. That's very gracious of you, my ladies. Thank you. it's gonna take off. Hopefully, Mir right behind.
Yeah, Cass is gonna like tip his hat and sort of follow. Grateful for being extricated from this situation.
I think, yeah, just before Cass steps away, though, like you manage the stand and about to walk away, she the one that's been more composed this entire time, she kind of takes a second and grabs like your elbow, like she's cautious, like she's not trying to like grab your hand or anything like that, and there's no like suggestive tone about it, but she does kind of grab your elbow just to stop you for a second, and she goes, if would do me a favor, when you have time, please take a moment, see the Arbor exemplar, please. It really would mean a lot.
The what now?
The Arbor exemplar, and she turns and points over top of the Emerald Loop, and way off in the distance, you can see just the canopy of this single tree that is actively still growing. has foliage, the whole 9 yards, where every other tree you guys have seen for some time is dead, withered. I mean, basically firewood. But this tree stands way above everything else and can actually be seen from quite some distance away.
I'll think about it. Why? I'm just some guy.
Kind of takes a second to like really look at you. And she kind of like taps you on your chest and she goes, some guy maybe, but also an important guy.
What? Okay, thanks for that. Okay, and he's gonna get out of there.
Yeah, and the two of them go back to kind of tending to dinner.
I need to tell you all that it took me an uncomfortably long time to realize those were dryads. I thought it was the druids you said at first, and then I looked, I was like, those are tree women. Yeah.
Ran, what the hell? What the hell was that?
I'm just gonna riff off this. I'm gonna just based on my background. Yes, the dryads can be quite strange.
They want me to go visit a tree, which makes some kind of sense because they're tree people, but they seem to think it would matter for some reason for me specifically to go there. I don't really understand why.
What did they say exactly?
Well, okay, so they said they wanted me to visit the Arboretum Master Pastor or something. I don't know.
Well, I was gonna ask if I recognize that, but I'm gonna guess no.
Wait, the Exemplifier Arbor Tarbor. I don't know. So there's a big, he points. It's that big tree over there, and I was like, why? That don't make no sense. And then they said, I'm just a guy, and they're like, well, you're an important guy, and I'm like, what? But weird as hell to say. I didn't want to stick around and ask because they kind of give me the heebie-jeebies.
None of that rings a bell for Orin, then the arbor or whatever, the tree.
If you want to roll me a history check. History or religion, actually, if you have one or the other.
Let's see what I got.
Not looking good. They're both +2, so here goes something.
We believe.
Ooh.
Well, you believed the wrong thing. I got
Damn.
5.
Yeah, it doesn't sound a whole lot familiar to you.
Okay.
Do any of the rest of us hear this conversation?
I obviously I think the dryads were kind of fairly quiet in talking to Cass, but the conversation between Cass and Orin would be up to them.
Yeah, I mean, I do feel like he is trying to keep it to where they don't hear it, so I think that probably means it's pretty quiet. I do think he, like, looking just sort of geographically, what are the implications of this? Is this place, like, well out of our way? Is this on the way if we're diverting towards Bazazan to find what's-his-face because we think he's going there instead of to Sarius or wherever we thought he was headed to begin with? Like, if I were to tell everyone in the group, hey, this happened and these people want me to go here and I don't know why and what do we think about it? What does it mean in terms of, like, requirement for us?
I'm going to put us back on the Zorhas overworld map for a second. You guys are here in the Emerald Loop.
Let me guess. It's this one tree over here?
It is this one tree over here.
Yeah, great.
Yes.
And
way out there.
the city proper of Bezozan, where they're talking about, is here.
Okay. Yeah, I think Cass is going to say to Ren, geographically, I feel like it makes more sense to go towards Bazazan first, and then if there's time, consider it. Sort of like a side question to see what or maybe the people there will know more about what the deal is with any of that. But it don't make sense to me logistically to like, oh, the Barb Fields is dangerous. We want to go the shortest distance from where we are to the safe point at the city where it's protected versus making a big detour into the middle of, hell to look at a tree, right?
I suppose. I totally agree. As I said, dryads are complicated, but they do seem to be quite infatuated with you for some reason or another. It may be worth checking out after. Actually, it may be worth... I don't know if that's who lives there. I suppose that would make the most sense, but maybe they'll know some more about our other situation. At the very least.
Our other situation.
I think he just gives you a meaningful look, the bomb, the thing, you know what I mean?
Been away from the game a long time.
Yeah.
The thing that we picked up in the cave.
Yeah, but if that was the case, why wouldn't they be talking to whoever has it? What do I got to do with it? You know what I mean? Like, why single me out?
I'm not saying that they have any inkling that we have such a thing. I just mean to say it may be worth checking out to see if they know anything about that sort of thing.
I mean, I guess I could go back in and try and get some more answers, but I feel like it was tough enough getting away from it the first time.
And again, I do believe it's quite hard to get straight answers out of dryads. They don't perceive things the same way. It's up to you, of course. I quite like watching you squirm, but so hey, it's up to you.
Okay, well, and he is gonna like sort of step back outside, just to get a little space, just to put a cart in between him and the dryads, catch some air, think about his life choices.
That said, while all this has been happening, just because it's been a minute, what has Rhea been?
She was going to go collect some herbs, just anything to be farther away from the fire.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and roll me like a survival check, and let's see what you find in this area.
She's a little distracted right now.
Yeah, I do feel like you kind of just walk around and are like kind of aimlessly picking up like leaves, like not necessarily anything edible or like actually of use, but like kind of makes you feel like you're doing something while you're, that much farther away from the fire.
Do I find any flowers?
Yeah. I think with a 9 you find flowers.
Perfect. I'm gonna pick
like,
those at least.
Okay. I don't know that you know that they're edible or not, but yeah, definitely.
I don't need
flowers.
edible.
Okay.
No, I just need flowers. She will sort them. There is one pocket for edible and one pocket for not edible.
Okay. Yeah. So aside from that, Grasha, are you doing anything specific at the moment?
Ooh, did you say Grasha?
Yeah.
Grasha is almost in the soup, almost in the stew. If she wasn't hearing what they were talking about, she did get real interested in what was happening with Kaz, but when he stepped, just because she thought it was adorable and cute, but she's focused totally on the stew because she hasn't heard any conversation from anybody, so she's oblivious.
Yeah, and I do feel like it's probably in this time frame that they start dishing stuff out. And they're by no means stingy with it, right? Like if people are hungry, they're there to help feed people. That is their goal. So yeah, as people kind of approach, you guys are welcome to get a solid meal. It's not 5-star dining, but they got pretty hearty stew with lots of vegetables, I do think you guys probably take notice that there's no meat in it, but it's still pretty hearty all the way around.
Oh gosh, it's just gonna chow down and see, she's looking around. She's just interested in everybody. She probably would speak to the people around her and be friendly and charming. I don't think she asks anybody if they've seen the people because I'm not sure that she's totally focused in on that thing. She's kind of just along for the ride, and she's taller, so if people are down below her talking ordinary conversation, she's not even going to hear it. And
Goodness,
she's
did I-
being attacked by a big dog.
Oh, big fluff.
Ooh.
I think Rhea was gonna run up and realize, like, oh no, is it too late for me to add something? I mean, I didn't really find much edible, anyways, but I thought maybe some nice flowers might perk us all up a little bit. And Grasha, you like the flowers at least, right?
Yeah.
She's talking in and around bites of soup.
Anybody inside the caravan at this point? Go ahead and give me a perception check.
You mean inside the circle, like where
Yep.
I am?
Yep.
Okay, I gotta find perception. Pixel helped me with my.
Okay, on the right side is a little circle at the bottom, and then you click it and skills, I think.
Yeah, we want perception. There it is. Ooh. Yeah. She notices that there's no meat in the soup.
Fair. That said, Dorian and Oren, you notice that as Rhea presents these flowers, both of the dryads are a little taken aback by this.
Oh no, I messed
Like,
up.
obviously, because of the rules of this area, violence isn't a thing, right? So it's not necessarily a hostility thing, but more as if they're like personally wounded by these flowers being presented.
Dang.
Yeah. So if Dorian doesn't move towards Rhea, Oren will.
Yeah, I think Dorian will as well.
Okay. Yeah, he's just gonna come up. Rhea, maybe not the best to have picked the foliage to present to the tree people.
Oh no. Oh dear. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, what have I done? Oh heavens. Oh God. And she's gonna like start saying little prayers over their bodies like she's doing like funeral rites or something.
Well, what on earth's going on?
Oh, please guide these gentle souls to their final resting place beyond the stars.
You should definitely do what you're doing if you feel the
Right.
need. Also, may not be a great idea to make a big deal of it. Make a
Oh.
scene.
Oh no.
I know you've I'm gonna start doing your accent, goddammit. And I can't even do that accent. That's what's real bad about it. I know you've had a rough couple of nights, but it's okay. Just maybe next time we don't.
No. But my mind might not be here. Would it seem? It would seem a thing I should think about. Cleric and all. Whoops. Maybe I'll just put these away.
Actually, as you mentioned that, go ahead and give me a
God.
religion check.
Oh God.
Come on, this is like your thing. Oh, Bob.
You know what? I'm gonna try a chat inspo just because there's been 0 good rolls today. And I will laugh harder.
Gotta happen. Oh,
Slightly?
hey, I do think it's enough for Rhea to piece together the idea that this likely is tied to the Wild Mother. I think you kind of piece together that that's probably who they worship. And I think you even piece together specifically that the dryads are using her power to make this place. That's why this kind of sanctuary exists in the middle of a waste.
Oh. Huh. Say, just curious, do many of you know about the Wild Mother?
Grasha would have to do a religion check.
I don't know. Do I? I'm kind of just putting together that I assume that some
Grasha's mad about the meat still.
Oh no.
Grasha really likes it better when there is meat in the soup.
I was kind of working off the assumption that there were dryads in the where Born's from, but I mean,
yeah, I mean, I feel like for Orin, the concept of the Wild Mother is like, that's the nature lady. She does nature things.
And that's what he's gonna say. Yes, the nature lady does nature things.
I've got a feeling here that these dryads might be the reason that this whole place exists, and mayhaps even the reason why it's been so peaceful. So, I mean, really, they're kind of like the royalty of this area, if you think about it. The founders, creators. So, best to be on your best behavior around them, which certainly should be a good lesson for me, too.
So, lesson learned: do not present their infants to the. I don't know.
Always turn down their advance.
And don't sleep with them.
Oh, did one of them come on to you?
Oh, me, heavens, no.
Oh, it
That's
was
a
Dorian
good
then.
show, though.
Oh, a good show.
It
Well,
wasn't me.
wasn't you either. Well, now that does surprise me.
Smash cut to Cass outside the circle of the wagons, staring into the middle distance. Wind sort of like blows his hair under his hat a little bit. Hand sort of on his belt, just kind of like existing. Deep in thought, maybe.
Oh, but that does remind me. Did any of you get a chance to ask about Gal?
We did. Got some good info. He got into some trouble, apparently. Came through here a couple days ago, dragged through here. Took him out to Bazozan.
Dragged him in here. How serious of trouble are we talking?
I mean, he's alive, but bad enough they wanted to take him somewhere with a little bit better medical facilities. A couple of random dudes gave me info, so I don't know that they had the best, medical diagnosis available, but he's survived some kind of big fight.
Do you think it was
I
with that
know.
big winged thing?
Could have been. I mean, something big got to him.
Heavens.
Excuse me, folks.
It does seem that they have diverted course from Feed Me the Line.
Asarius.
That to the other place, the Benzos.
Benzo's hand.
Take me to the land of the Benzos, please.
What's really funny is Orin in character would absolutely have it memorized, but listen, I can only play the character so well. I'm sorry.
Just this. Once again, we smash cut to the guy from Wolf of Wall Street. Standing on a hill overlooking a dead forest. The promised land awaits.
Oh, heavens. Well, I suppose that solves the problem that, we had a little bit of diverging opinions about where we should go since we all want to go to the same place now. Funny that, huh?
Well, it's funny how that works.
Right.
So, heading that way, I guess. Well, at least he's not off to do something stupid.
That we're
Yeah.
aware of.
I got to admit, this idea of sending him once he's well and he's within reach of this tower, who knows what'll happen.
Well, we got some time to figure that out. He's alive. Trouble averted for the near term. So,
Say, do you think anybody of these folks know the best and safest way to get there?
They probably maybe ask around. I was gonna go talk to the guards since their outpost is out that way. They maybe been there before.
Great idea. Hey, just curious from Stuff's perspective, what is that? What are these?
I'm glad you asked because I was about to.
They're bugbears.
Oh, really?
Are they really?
Oh, yeah, okay. You know, they look like bull people at first.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I was like, Minotaur? Oh no.
Those are
Bugbears.
Alexandrian bugbears.
Oh,
Nice.
okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, I can see that now.
They just look like guards, or if we get another vibe from them.
Yeah, I do think that you get the idea that they are guards, but different than the Auroran guards, right? Like, they're clearly not part of the Watch, but they're here and they are dressed in such a way that they are definitely of some kind of high caliber warrior. And the way they kind of position and present themselves very much seems like they are on guard and on watch at all times.
Are they at all related to the dead bodies we found? We found some guard armor on the way in. Is that similar?
The armor you guys found would actually be similar to what the Auroran Watch is wearing.
Okay. And I think the dagger we found was on the body of a Kirkali Wastewalker. I can't remember what context we had on that from last time.
Yeah, so that was from a human individual who seemingly didn't fit in. I don't think you guys put a whole lot of thought into that, but amongst the bodies of the guards and the animals and what have you, you found this human who was kind of clutching this dagger as if it was their most valued possession for some reason.
But nothing they were wearing or any other clues about that, triggers anything in terms of armor anybody's wearing here.
No, in fact, it was strange to you because that individual was in no way dressed for combat. They had no armor, no nothing. They just had this soul dagger.
Did we get the dagger?
Yeah, I have. Dorian has that.
Okay, Dorian has it.
It's like Dorian may walk over to one of these bugbears. Am I getting any kind of vibe as I approach?
Not really. I think the only vibe you get is they're more. I don't want to say they don't perceive you as a threat, and not in a negative way, but like they're more looking out to the horizon than they're concerned about people within the camp.
Okay, gotcha. So yeah, I think Dorian may just like step up beside the guy. Yeah, you guys look a little more serious than the those Aurora guys out there.
Kind of scoffs.
You're not with them, are you?
Yeah, those bugs over there. They like to think they do a lot, but really, the one's keeping this place peaceful is right over there. And he kind of nods to the dryads behind you. We're just here to make sure that nobody gets the best of them.
Yeah, do you like, are you employed by them or like family or what?
Employed is a strong word. I guess respect is probably what I would say. They got a little closer connection to our faith than what we do. So, if they tell us that they have a feeling or an inkling that something's coming, we trust them. They, again, they're a little more connected than what we are.
Yeah, it definitely seems like they're maybe keeping this place going, huh?
Kind of nods and chuckles a little bit. He goes, frankly, they're the only reason this place exists.
And what's your faith? You said not quite as connected. What's that mean?
We follow the Wild Mother. She, everything that exists in the world. Plants, the oceans, the breeze. She's the one who keeps it all revolving. So, we try and protect the animals around us and protect the life of the forest around us. We do what we can, but in a place like this, not that easy. And you see, he kind of turns and looks off into the distance. He goes, this place is a little unnatural. Lanata and Rover, they keep this place in check. But that, as you kind of look where he is, you can see he's looking off in the distance towards this large tree in the distance. He goes, that was all the Wild Mother. Some say the closer you get to it, the more connected you are. I went. I mean, it's impressive. I couldn't climb a tree that tall, but I didn't feel anything there. But who knows? Maybe someday I can go again, and maybe something will happen then. Maybe it's just not my time yet.
You said was the Wild Mother? What happened?
Well, surely you're familiar with the events that took place in Bezozan.
Somewhat, yeah.
And the betrayers held out there for some time, and, well, the rest of them, well, I hate to say that they left us, but they aren't quite as strong as they used to be. We don't feel them like we once did. It's just hasn't been the same since.
You said some people feel her though at the tree.
And he kind of nods. He goes, "Yeah, Lanata and Rover, they've been there a few times, and they swear that they can commune with her there. But, well, my brother and I tried, and neither of us felt anything. It was kind of comforting to be there, but neither of us got the same experiences they've talked about."
Oh, the Wild Mother sounds beautiful. It's a beautiful place. Thanks for keeping it safe. Nice to have a safe spot to rest here tonight.
He nods. He goes, "Please, you guys, make sure you take some time to, really rest. We'll be up for the night, and between us and, well, the bugs over there," as he kind of nods to the Auroran Watch, "we'll make sure this place stays safe. You guys will be okay."
Yeah, he's I guess got a pretty good vibe on this guy now. Was gonna say you seem like a straight shooter. He's gonna take out the dagger and show the guy and said, "There's a body that we came across on the way here with this dagger on it that was seemed to be pretty important and looks like something I haven't seen before. You don't happen to know what this might be?"
And he kind of like holds out his hand, almost in a gesture to ask if you would be willing to hand it to him to inspect it. Do you mind?
Yeah, we'll hand it over.
It takes a few minutes and kind of like looks it over until he finds the inscription on the back. At which point he kind of stops a little bit. He's a little taken aback. He goes, "Huh. Well, there's a name I haven't seen in a minute." And he kind of turns and directs your attention to it. He goes, "Wastewalker. It's a pretty renowned name in this area for some time. Pretty large clan, large group of people. Family spreads pretty far. Um, and they used to have a lot of power around here, a lot of say. Anybody who knew anybody knew a Wastewalker, but I I haven't heard that name in some time now."
Sometime like a couple months or like decades.
Yeah, I would say probably a few years now.
So, man, what happened to that clan that they went from being huge to non-existent?
Kind of shakes his head a little bit. He goes, "I'll be honest with you. I don't deal much in the realm of politics, but from what I hear, the most recent generation just wasn't as great at making friends. They stepped on more toes than they aligned with, if you know what I'm saying.
So they're scattered across Zorhas or Barbed Fields or
Yeah,
just
all across Zorhas, actually.
man. It's curious. I haven't heard of them before, but them just kind of disappearing like that makes me quite interested.
And he kind of shrugs. He goes, if you're looking for him, good luck. Like I said, I've spent some time. It used to be you hear their name all over the place, but been quite a while, actually, now that I really think about it.
Oh, thanks for the info. Won't keep distracting you, but if you want to take a break, we got wine and whiskey.
Kind of chuckles and nods. He goes, I certainly appreciate it. I'll see if I can't find some time to step away.
All right, I appreciate it. Dorian, I'll take the dagger back and step on back towards the fire. And one quick question. These lady tokens here look like the one we saw before. Either of these happen to be that same girl?
Yeah, the one to the south actually is. But you've actually, I think, as you guys enter, you guys find her kind of leaned up against the log. She's not sitting on the log like everyone else. She's leaned up against it, and then she's out cold. She is sawing logs like you wouldn't believe. And I think actually, as you even take notice specifically of her, you would also notice behind her, the Moorbounder that had been with her is, I'm not going to say keeping watch, but like is laying in such a way that it's like looking directly at her from the other side of the wagons.
Yeah, happened. I noticed that token when I went up north. I was like, oh, cool.
Yeah, that was a good catch. I totally forgot about that. I didn't forget about saving her, but I did forget that she looked like that.
I think Dorian will come back to the party then if you guys are clustered over here and just kind of relay the story about the Waste Walkers and the Wild Mother.
See, there's a tree somewhere that people commune with her.
Yeah, you can see it. The bugbear. Oh, I didn't even get his name. Yeah, he pointed it out. Said that worshippers of the Wild Mother go there to try to commune with her, and apparently the Dryads were successful in doing so, but the bugbear and his brother were not.
I wonder if
Said
there's any.
I said maybe try again in the future. Don't know.
I wonder if
That
there's
was
some.
Oh,
No,
excuse
go
me.
ahead.
No, I'm going to do a change, so you go
Okay.
ahead.
I wonder if there's some degree of protection then, similar to what the Dryads have been able to set down here. Maybe that area is a safe place we could use as a stopping point on our way to the tower.
Maybe. That's probably a good follow-up question to go back for. Need to also get some directions to the camp out there and
Aye,
whatever that place is called.
the tower.
Yeah,
The
near
Betrayer's
the
Rise.
tower.
So did everybody get some stew? It's pretty good, but there wasn't any meat in it.
Aye.
So this is kind of a safe place, huh? I saw that big owl bear over there. I've tussled with a few of them in the past, and I tell you what, I don't want to tussle with this one. So, what are we gonna do next? I'm just a little bit confused, and I need a little clarity of explanation. We're here. I reckon we're resting up here, and we were lucky to get here and everything. But what are we gonna do next? And why is Casimir over there hiding from those two dryads? They seemed real nice, and well. What is it we're doing exactly? I'm just a little bit confused. Where are we going next?
Well, tonight we party.
All right.
Tomorrow, what do you want to do? What we know? Our dark elf friend got in a little bit of a fight and got beat up on the way. Might have been the one that killed the thing that we ran into. But we didn't really see the scenes of any other fight on the way, right? So good assumption there. He was involved. He got beat up and taken to an infirmary in the camp towards Bezozan. So he's not on his way to do something stupid. So that's a good thing. Well, we can follow him.
Okay.
Stay here and party. What do you want to do?
So now well, I just kind of came along for the rides or with the walking. I guess I should say I came along for the walking, and I'm pretty good. I'll just go in either direction, but I just kind of like to know what we're going to do. Why exactly is that man important to us? That guy what got beat up.
Well, I think he's important because he's a very powerful wizard, you see. And, well, he let me know that he was planning on doing something a bit reckless to try and turn back time and undo what happened to Io. And, I just got a
Undo
bad
what?
feeling.
Undo what
Undo.
happened to what? Who?
Ao. That's Dorian's friend, the Genasi.
Yeah, the one that was at the competition in the water.
And is so
was
sick
attacking the
back where
shark.
we came from,
Yeah.
and we went to check on them, and they were trying to fix them, but they were all tore up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and so this person was going to do what? Change time? Well, that sounds like a bad thing waiting to happen, doesn't it?
And that's why I wanted us to rush to try and convince him otherwise that it was a bad idea. Because who knows what happens.
And now he's
But-
got the you know what beat out of him?
Sure seems that way. And
Well, he
as
probably
it-
ain't going to be doing anything too serious till he gets to feeling better. And they got someplace, this Bezos stand place, going to make him better.
It would seem so. And it does happen to be on the same way as the other option we were looking at, which was to go to this tower called Betrayer's Rise.
And what was the tower going to do for us?
And I think Rhea is going to be as quiet as she possibly can when she says that, the vision told us that we should go to the tower. It's some mining town that was known as a Temple of Evil.
All right, I remember that. Okay, well then I think we better haul ass to Bezos.
Well, in the meantime, it would be nice to know if there's a nice comfy tree we can sleep under before we get into too much trouble. So I'd like to find out if this, this wild mother tree is... Oh, speaking of which, where's our... What happened to your husband?
Yes, he needed to take a moment. I actually was about to take him some dinner. I'll let him know that our plan is to go to Bezos, then yes.
Well, he sure did get shy around those two dryads. I don't think they knew that you were married, maybe. They acted like they liked him a lot. What'd they talk to him about? Were they just like talking purty?
Yes. But also they expressed some interest in me going by the tree. Said that it was very, very important that he do so.
That Casimir goes there?
Yes.
Well, I bet he's standing over there waiting to go then if they told him that. So maybe we ought to go to the tree. But then we got this real sick guy over in Bezos, but then we got people over there that can take care of him. And again, if he got the shit bad out of him, well, then he ain't going to be good enough to do a magic trick anytime soon.
I think you're right.
Rhea, feel free to roll me either religion or history as you guys talk about the tree as well.
Oh, boy. 21! Finally a good roll.
Yeah.
GG's.
So I do think a 21 is enough that while you don't study the Wild Mother, right? Like this isn't your, path. You're familiar with it. You have heard of the Arbor Exemplar specifically because it is known as the sister tree of the Seed of Rebirth, which is at the center of a specific place in Vasselheim, which Vasselheim specifically is this very,
Excuse me.
lack of a better term, I'm going to say center of the world. This is like the pinnacle place where everybody seeks to be. And specifically the Abundant Terrace, the place that's there, is this very verdant, very lush place that people have sought after. So I do think that those dots kind of connect for you. What that means within context of studying the Wild Mother, probably a little lost on you still, but the site itself does kind of spark that knowledge for you.
Huh. I don't mean to be rude, Oren, but it didn't seem as if your husband was much connected to the Wild Mother, but or really religious at all, to be frank. Is there some religious connection with your husband and
As far as I know, he's not very religious. Well, for that matter of fact, neither am I. But they seem to be very, very adamant, I'll say, that he stopped by. Now, he's not said whether or not he thinks it's a good idea himself. I'm just telling you what they told him.
Well, I
Okay.
can tell you that they were looking at him like he was some banana pudding with the whipped cream on top.
Speaking
And
my
they
love
said
language.
he needed to go to that tree. Is that what they said?
quick question, because I can't remember. Did Cass tell us already that he's from some other place, or was that an outside of campaign convo?
I think that was just me.
Yeah, I believe he only told Ren.
That was only to him. Okay, never mind. That was why I was like, okay. So yeah, so we have no reason to have any idea about what's going on. Okay, got it. Cool. I mean, the only thing that's of note is that I do believe I'm a little bit aware, at least, of the Arbor exemplar, and it's got a sister tree called the Tree of Rebirth in Vasselheim. You ever been to Vasselheim?
Well, now wait a minute here. There's a tree in Castle Balm that's the tree of rebirth, and then we got somebody out here that wants to change time. And
Oh, I mean,
don't that sound a little kind of dangerous?
okay, and remind me again. I know that we've run into. Sorry, I'm forgetting what we haven't covered. I know we ran into the symbol of. My mind's gonna forget it all of a sudden. Ace, the Kryn dynasty, the thing that they worship. I know we ran into the symbol of that back. My mind is just
Yeah.
blanking on what it's called. Did we do a check on that to see what we know about that?
You guys did, because you guys were at the building, and I'm actually blanking as well at the
The
moment.
Luxon. That's it.
Yes, yeah. So you guys did do a check into it, and in fact, you kind of had a conversation with Dermot about it. And kind of what you guys gathered is the Luxon exists, I'm going to say, outside the normal divine realm. It's kind of a different set of beliefs. It's not so much the belief in a specific god or something of that nature, so much as it is a faith in the way the world works. I guess I'm not sure specifically what you're looking for, but
I couldn't remember if we talked anything about the beliefs that I know outside of character.
yeah. So I mean, you've definitely talked to Dermot a little bit about it.
Okay.
It wasn't like a sit down, in depth conversation to like try and teach you about it, but
Okay.
like the reason that Ao was there is he believed that was Ao's best chance at being treated.
Okay. Sorry, back to what Grosh was saying.
Well, that's pretty much all Grasha had to say. She's trying to figure out what the heck we need to do and, understand what's going on.
It all
It's-
does seem strange.
It's worth noting that it does seem that in one twist or another, that now our destination is one and the same. We know that we need to go to the tower because of the vision, and we know that our friend's friend is in the same area. It makes sense to at least go that far. Now, whether or not we go to the tree, I suppose that's a decision we can make along the way. If Dorian is interested in asking his bugbear friend about logistics and which one's closer, I suppose that makes sense. I will go see what Mia thinks. I mean, Doran's going to grab some stew and take it over to him since he's clearly not going to come back into the circle.
I guess at that, Dorian will probably get up with the intent of heading over, but glance over at Rhea just to kind of see what she is showing on her face at this moment.
I think she kind of like every once in a while just like glances over at the fire, like a little side-eyed, like doesn't want to look into it too long, but like just kind of like looks side-eyed. And as much as possible, like kind of has her back turned to the fire.
Yeah, and I guess Dorian will hesitate a minute, but then head up back to Bugbear friend here and scoop back up and say, sorry, I didn't get your name before.
Gorik. Gorik's my name.
Gorik?
He kind of nods and offers his hand, and he goes, and you were?
I am Dorian.
Nice to meet you, Prop.
It's great to meet you. And thanks again for the info. But if you could spare a few more minutes, we're thinking about making a trip out to the Wild Mother's Tree.
Kind of turns his head a little bit. He goes, I didn't peg you as a follower. You're a follower of the Wild Mother?
I haven't been before. This is kind of new to me, but honestly, I don't know, been touched recently in ways that I can't really explain. So perhaps going to commune with a goddess would be good for me.
Kind of nods. He goes, oh, listen, there's only ever a step forward. There's no need to commit to anything specific, but listen. And he kind of just gestures around. He goes, you've seen what she's capable of. She takes care of this place in one way or another.
I see that. But yeah, I mean, one, don't seem like it's a bad idea, so that's a good thing. But if you have any advice for the journey out, or logistics for getting to or from, I think there's a camp near Bazuzan of these little, what do you call them, midgets or bugs.
He kind of chuckles a little bit and he nods. He goes, unfortunately, the only way to any part of that area is to travel the barbed fields. I'll be honest with you, the barbed fields are not what I would call a joyful journey. But I will say the bugs over there, they keep the main path pretty tended. As long as you don't stray from the path to Bezozan, you're pretty safe. That said, if you're looking to get to the Arbor, well, when you get a little nearer to Bezozan, at some point or another, you will have to stray from the path. It's not exactly a tourist attraction, if you will. And I'll also say, unfortunately, the closer you get to Bezozan, you can kind of see this look of concern, this like distraught in his eye. Those things, they keep trying to return to the rise. The Watch does their best to keep them at bay, but they're incessant. They refuse to give. At any point in the day, they could attack and try to force their way back into the rise.
What are those things? I don't know much about the area.
He shakes his head a little bit and he goes, surely you encountered some of those unnatural things as on your way even here. It only gets more concentrated the closer you get to Bezozan. Horrible, mutated demons that spawned from that evil place. But now it's as if something's calling them, begging them to return, and they fight till the death to try to return to the Betrayer's Rise.
I think Dorian's gonna be momentarily stunned at the linkage of something calling them to this place that we had a vision we are supposed to return to.
We are the demons.
What are these demons? Are they beasts or humans? Or coming out of the ocean?
Kind
What
of
are they?
shrugs a little bit. I guess beasts, I guess, would be the closest thing that you could tie them to. But as someone who worships the Wild Mother, they're not of nature. They're they're evil. They they don't seek to eat to live. They eat to hurt. They seek nothing more than pain. They wish to inflict on anything that moves, each other, the guards, anybody. That's just, they wish to spread fear and malice.
Well, hopefully we can put a few down on our way through. Hopefully, don't come across too many.
And he kind of
Appreciate the
nods.
info.
He goes, I wish you all the best of luck. Do be safe in your travels.
Thank you, Gorik. It's been a pleasure.
He kind of nods as he turns back to kind of face back out towards his watch.
And Dorian will kind of saunter back in. What's the group doing at this point?
I know Orin had went to take dinner to Cass or whatever.
I think Dorian will head on over to Rhea.
Oh,
And
well. So, what's the news?
well, first, saw your little flower trick didn't go so well, so sorry about that. And Dorian will minor illusion a larger version of the flower that she had before.
Oh, no. It's very sweet, no, but no, not timing is everything, my friend.
I think Dorian will laugh a little bit and say, well, safe journey on the road for the most part to the camp. Apparently the guards keep it pretty clear. So that's
Great.
good.
Excellent.
Off the path and on the way to the arbor itself, not so safe.
Oh, that's a bummer.
More concerningly, it seems creatures, mutated demons, beasts are being summoned towards the rise.
You know, you could just
Something?
say I'm having a bad hair day. You don't need to be using such terms. Yes, I know that's where we're trying to get to. Oh, you mean in addition to us? Oh, I see. Okay. Yes. What, is
I'll
that
be
like a
the
normal
jokester.
thing?
Yeah, so suspicious, huh? We had a vision that we need to go to this place that demons are being summoned to somehow. There's definitely something going on there that is powerful.
Huh. Well, if the Moonweaver wills it, who am I to second guess her will? And then you do see a little bit of a kind of trailing off in the eyes. Well, good news is it sounds like, as long as we stay on the path, we'll have some help fighting whatever's up there, right?
Sounds like it should be. Sounds like a relatively straightforward trip to the
Excellent.
camp, at least. The rest of the way, not so much. So probably good to get to the camp, get some rest, and be very careful on the rest of the way out.
Great. Let's say we regroup our group and all get on the same page about where we go next.
Hey, did you notice our friend napping over there?
Oh. Why? I do. Still feel bad I couldn't help her. It's truly no use that day.
Wasn't your fault. And yeah, I'll just say again, You've helped me a lot in these last few months. I know if you're going through something hard like you are now, you need to lean on your friends. Like I've leaned on you, so I'm here for you.
I appreciate that. Let's go check on our other friends.
Let's do it.
Grasha, you want to join us?
Well, I do.
Excellent.
I do think while that was happening, we'll jump back just a little bit to Dorian and Cass in the dinner exchange outside of camp.
Assume you mean Orin. I heard Dorian. My internet's kind of being
yeah,
funky.
I'm
I
sorry.
think.
That's my
Yeah.
fault.
Yeah, all good. I suppose it's time that you eat, yeah? Not too love struck, are you?
That was awkward as hell, man. 0 out of 10 would not recommend.
As I said, I can't really blame them.
Well, you don't look at me like I'm a piece of meat.
Most of the time, anyway.
Well,
It seems that the plan has changed a bit. I guess all of our interests are aligned at Bezozan, so now whether or not we stop by the arbor is yet to be decided, but I figured I'd let you know.
and Kaz obviously takes the bowl of soup, notices the no meat in the soup, shrugs, eats the soup.
No meat having soup.
No meat having ass soup. Yeah, well, yeah, I guess it makes sense to me, like I said, if we, make our way to Bazazan first, and then if we're gonna visit the tree or whatever, we can do it once we've reached sort of safety. That way we do it in like smaller chunks of being in danger versus, extending. It'll give us a chance to like get to town, rest up, catch our breath, supplies, that sort of thing.
I agree, and it also makes sense to find Gal before, as Rhea said, does something stupid.
Right.
So that seems like more of a priority, as it were. I did mean to ask, and you may not know, how likely do you think it is that where you're from may have something to do why they want you to visit the arbor?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know much of anything about most stuff that happens here. Like I said, where I'm from, none of this is, it's people and animals. There ain't no angels or demons or magic or elves or wizards or nothing. So, and when it comes to religion around these parts, I sort of think that, like, these gods or whatever, they got a lot of power and stuff, but I think it's an error in judgment to think that just because something has power that it deserves it. You know what I mean? I don't really see what makes a god so different from a man in that sense. You got a king on a throne. He thinks he has a right to be the king because he sits on the throne, and the right to use the power of the king to do whatever the king wants. But that ain't always true. You know what I mean? Then you got these gods, they don't seem all that different. Who appointed them? Who decided that? Seems like they think just because they have the ability to decide it, well, that they deserve to get to. I don't know. It's all crazy. But then people are real devoted to it. But then again, even the king has his vassals, I suppose. Mostly I just try to keep my head down and stay alive. and you're always, trying to do things that are good and right. I mostly feel like I'm just trying to keep you safe while you do it, you know? As far as some connection to something else, I don't know anything about it.
I suppose that's the answer I expected. But I agree. I'm not precisely sure what makes the difference between king and man and god. We just try to do the best that we can while we're here, and that's really all I believe in.
Yeah.
But if you don't feel like it's worth going to the tree, I stand behind you 100% of the way. I figured I'd ask.
I don't know. I'm not against it necessarily. I think logistically it makes more sense to go to the city first, but I mean, all the stuff, this is all stuff that happened to me. Ain't nothing I did. I didn't try to come here. I didn't try to die and come back as a different kind of a creature. I didn't try to get stabbed again and have a vision and all this. So they said, "Oh, you're important." I don't see it. A victim of unfortunate circumstance. And listen, I wouldn't trade it for nothing. After all, I got to meet you. And we got to have us. But I don't know.
My dear Mir, if only you could see yourself as I see you. You like that cut? I worked on that for a minute. Anyway, my belief is that while I don't understand why this all happened to you, you were important far before you came here. So now we just get to figure it out together. What it means, why it is. But we'll face those troubles and trials once we get there, I suppose. I assume that the party will be along shortly, and we'll decide whether we stay tonight or we go ahead and head out, yeah?
Yeah, well, makes sense to me.
We walk on up to ya. Well, hello there, fine gentlemen. Fancy meeting you around these parts.
Yeah.
Was that a joke? I don't.
Cass looks around.
Oh.
He points at the guy. You're talking to him.
Oh, heavens. I take it you two, been in a serious mood, as it would seem. There is serious business that lies ahead.
Waxing poetic on life, the universe, and everything. It's fine.
Oh, would you like to start? I love these kinds of conversations.
Sure. What's a law but a threat from a man? Afraid of his shadow and already damned.
You got me there. Say, speaking of things being afraid of shadows and all that thing, we wanting to stay the night tonight, or, how are we all feeling? Could get on the road, as it were, Not that I'm anxious to meet certain death out in the barbed fields, but could be exciting. Only one way to find out.
Grasha looks up. Where's the sun in the sky?
It's pretty low. Still up, but definitely later half of the day. You're probably between like 7 and 9 o'clock kind of thing.
Well, it doesn't seem like a very smart move to me to move out going into nighttime. And, maybe I'm a trusting sort of a person, but if this place right here exists so we can have a safe place to spend the night, then why wouldn't we want to do that? And start out fresh in the morning.
I suppose that's true, and it does seem like I struggle to think of how to refer to the gal. Seems he's injured, so they're probably not moving too fast. So it may be safe to stay. It's not like they're going to be running off anytime soon, I suppose.
If I look in the sky, do I get a sense of what the moon phase is at this point that's coming up? Or am I very confused because of what happened the other night?
I think you're more confused because
Excellent.
the timeline to you is now entirely thrown off.
Excellent. Okay. Yeah. Good. I might just, sleep a little bit outside the campfire tonight. It's been a long time since I was away and, no light pollution and these sorts of things. I like to commune with nature, as it were.
Like you did the other night.
Oh, I like that. Yes.
Sure.
I wouldn't think you'd want to get too far away from the safetiness. The safety. It seems like this is very much a purpose.
I the safety.
You don't have to be close to the fire. You could even maybe crawl under one of them there wagons and just settle down, have a little nippy nap during the night, and be safe. From what they described that you told me about what they said that Dale guy looked like, he ain't gonna be doing anything tonight or anytime soon. We did learn, she's gonna direct these comments toward Kaz and Oren. We did learn that long as we stay on the path, going to Bazis, Stanny, Summy, whatever, we're gonna be pretty safe. But that going to that tree is not gonna be safe. And Dow's in the city or the place, the Jeff Bezos.
Does Jeff Bezos stand?
That's the safe place to go.
Jefferson
believe
Bezos
it or
stand.
not. So why don't we just settle down, hunker down, take a little nippy nap till morning, wake up refreshed. Maybe there'll be some breakfast. I doubt there'll be any meat in it though, so that might not be too exciting. And then we hit the road and try to make ourselves some time and go. And leave the tree for maybe after we check in on your friend Dow Jones. Dow.
For some reason, the number 50,000 is coming into my head. I couldn't possibly say why.
I agree. I think that going to the tower and finding a friend and figuring out why we had a vision go there in the first place makes sense before the tree. So,
Casimir, if it's not too much to ask, because I have spent too much time around here in the dark trying to figure out what's going on. You people don't always talk about what's going on, and maybe it's because I'm up here and you're down there and I can't hear you. But what them dryads say to you, because I could tell they was talking to you pretty serious.
Well, yeah, they said that as I was leaving, kind of almost like an afterthought, but it seemed urgent. They didn't want me to get away without saying it. They wanted me to visit this arboretum exemplarification or something.
Harbor
The tree.
exemplar.
Yeah, that.
Harbor exemplar.
The
Why they want you to
Arbor
visit it?
exemplar.
They was looking at you from the minute you hit camp. Why did they want you to do that?
I asked them why. They said they think I'm important.
Okay,
Don't
so
make
you
no
got,
sense to me.
It don't make no sense to you, but you got two people out here, two dryads that got the ability to create this whole safe place and have it and come up with some mighty delicious soup with or without the meat. And they espied you in particular coming into the camp, and now they telling you that you are important. Are you attached to this land in any way, this part of the world?
No.
Well, where'd you come from?
Well,
Like, are you not local? You from another part of this world?
yeah, Marquette. spent a lot of time down driving cattle in the.
Did you ever
Deserts
meet any
and-
dryads in Marquette?
Well, I'm sure there's all kind of fae down there, but not particular.
You ever been to Vasselheim?
I don't think so. That's a question for Ace. I mean, I feel like
Never
we've
been.
traveled a bit, but I don't think we made it that far.
Yeah, not that far. Also, not to totally cut in on you guys, I have to run. I've something kind of came up.
Uh-oh.
If you guys are kind of planning to stay, feel free to have whatever discussions you guys want. I will totally catch up. That's totally cool.
No worries.
But aside from that, I do unfortunately have to run. So
No
Okay, so
worries.
you're calling it a night.
yeah, unfortunately, I have to. But like I said, if you guys want to have
Sure.
conversations in camp, I can catch up on that. I'm not worried about that. So by all means, do that. But I do got to take off and deal with something.
Okay,
so.
well, you taking off is going to blast all of our...
I can leave
faces to
this.
the wrong
I can
spot?
leave my thing in. I'll just mute and
Okay.
when you guys.
Well,
are
I mean,
done,
I was just
close
going to
it
say,
out.
we probably don't want to
So-
spend a long... Like, I can go to the Zoom overall sheet or
I
page, and
would
we can
love
just...
to get to finish to say the one thing because
Yeah.
now that I halfway know, like
Sure.
I've been sitting here tortured
Yeah,
because
all
I
right,
don't
Ace,
know
do what you got to
Yep.
do, and I'm
By
going to
all
just
means.
take us over to the Zoom
I
screen.
appreciate it, guys.
Let me
Thanks,
finish.
buddy.
If I can just finish
Oh.
the thing I wanted to say to
Maybe
Casimir,
before
I'll
we
be-
go over there, everybody make sure your name isn't your full legal name on here, and then,
it
we'll
is.
pop over to the actual Zoom screen.
Oh, it
Sorry,
is.
gang. Little...
He's left it
Yeah.
muted and up, so we can just stay on the just
Oh,
chatting
okay.
thing,
All
so
right.
we're
Well, here
chilling.
we are. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry,
Let's continue,
bonus.
No,
bonus.
I still say bonus, Mom. Well,
Yeah,
Casimir,
our names are still up, so
Yeah. Just let
I
me
don't know
know.
how to change it in here.
It's fine. Yeah, we'll, since he's leaving
said
it up,
it's
we'll
fine.
just leave it on
so
the
do we just need to go?
RP
I can
screen.
forget
No,
it.
no. Carry on. Go.
I just want to get this said. I've been sitting on it now. Casimir, I just gonna say this to you. You came from Marquette, and that's a long way away, and whatever. But if you walk into a place and you're looking at two people that got the power to do what they doing here, and that bugbear out there looking at them with respect and taking care of them, and they tell you that you're important, unless you know damn well good that you're not important, and there's any possibility that there's something between you and that tree, then you ought to seriously think about it. That's all I had to say.
Okay.
There's purposes in this world and there's things going on. I learned that when I worked for the princess, and I did that for a lot of years. And that's how I got this reward of this beautiful brooch I have. And she retired me with a fair amount of money to keep me up and going strong. She said, Grasha, pay attention to the signs along the road. And I'm sharing that with you free of charge. You don't even have to give me a brooch, thingummy.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, like I said, I'm just a guy. So, I don't know. Maybe they do have some kind of secret knowledge. Maybe we should check it out. Don't, but I think maybe we focus on the other stuff we got to do first,
I think that's fair. Y'all ready for bed? Or maybe a little glass of wine?
Can I roll against your deception? You can do a secret. You can say no. I'm just curious.
Wait, what happened?
I'm just curious watching this interaction where Grasha's kind of pushing on him a little bit and he's going, I got no idea.
Hang on.
Well, I can tell you up front, Grasha doesn't. Grasha's just trying to use some common sense, which is all the poor broad has.
Ray is a little bit intuitive, so,
Yeah, sure. I think you get the sense that's maybe not the whole story. But here's what I'll give you with that. Cass believes, when he says, I'm just a guy, he believes that. That's there may be things he's hiding, but he does not see himself as a special person for whom some great destiny is awaiting. Okay, that is like core. Like that's a big important belief with capital letters for him. It's like So.
Sure. Well, I suppose the only thing that I will say that I did happen to mention to your husband. I asked if you've been to Vasselheim simply because what little I do know of this Arbor exemplar is that it does have a sister tree in Vasselheim called the Tree of Rebirth. Just curious. But
Yeah, no, I mean, we've been around Marquette and Exandria some and here in Jorhas, but no, I don't, Wildmount and whatnot, but no, I ain't never made it to Vasselheim.
that's quite all right. Well, may your secrets be yours and your choices your own.
Yeah,
It's
back
time for us
at
to get
you.
to bed.
Right back at you.
I'd say it's time for us to turn in,
Pot in the kettle and all that.
What do you mean? The goddess smiles upon us with our shadowy ways.
Okay, well, with that, folks, I think that probably seems like a good place to stop unless anybody has any other extremely pressing stuff you want to get to.
Well,
Cut
I'll
to the
just
scene of
comment
the
here.
dryads.
I did not do enough research on my gods of Exandria, but the Wild Mother is also the goddess of the sea, so I feel like
Oh,
I'm probably familiar.
fair.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I did not research her at all. I researched mine, and that was all.
All right.
Because we've learned.
Well, folks. Well, folks, sorry that we had to cut this one a little bit short. Obviously, Ace had some emergency or something come up. So thank you guys for hanging out. We are going to find somebody to go raid. And in the meantime, everyone will remind you who they are and where they can be found on the internet, as well as who they played tonight, starting, of course, with Bonus Mom.
Yes, and I am Bonus Mom, and I played Grasha, the barbarian with common sense, okay? And I think she's trying to utilize it any way she can. Otherwise, she's totally at sea of this adventure and has no idea. You can find me Monday through Friday morning, somewhere around 9 o'clock a.m. Eastern Daylight Time on Bonus Mom 70 on TikTok and here on Twitch, where I will most likely be playing Minecraft. And love to have you there. I saw some familiar faces tonight. It's fantastic to see my community watching me play D&D. Thank you so much.
Excellent. And, of course, Vincent Page.
Hey guys, I'm Vincent Page. I've been Orin Talwin, your half-elf Echo Knight fighter. Gotta slow that way down. I also stream. I'm on all platforms. We do Sea Thieves. I'm live most days. I won't be live tomorrow, though. We're gonna record some music. That's gonna be sick.
Hell yeah. All right. I'm not going to do things out of order this time because the faces are in the right places. Jason.
Yeah, I'm Jason. Been playing Dorian, the sailor, who is most definitely familiar with the Wild Mother turned warlock. Come find these guys and you might find me.
Excellent. And, of course, Lady Stuff.
I'm Lady Stuff, and I've been Rhea, your Twilight Cleric goblin thing. And again, you can find me lurking in VP Strat and being an absolute nuisance.
Fair enough. Of course,
you
our
come visit me too, and you're
And
not
I
a
do.
nuisance. You are not a nuisance.
she reserves her nuisancing for Vincent.
That's true.
Yes, the balance in the world is correct.
Just holding the who is it? The guy from the Avengers, Thanos with the blade on his finger, perfectly balanced. That's all things should be. Anyway, Ace was our GM tonight. He had to run, and I am Pixel. You can find me here on twitch.tv/HammerandPixel, where we play some Final Fantasy XIV sometimes. You can also find me on our other game, which happens on alternate weekends, where we're doing Waterdeep Dragon Heist. And tonight I played Casimir, the world's special boy. One of many special boys.
Special boy.
They tell me I'm
God,
a
I need
special
t-shirt for
boy.
him. I need that t-shirt for Kaz.
That's what they call me, Kaz, the world's special boy, Talwin.
title
It's
of
in
the next
cursive.
song.
It's very there's
Title of the
ribbons
next
involved.
Song, yes, please write that song.
Oh boy. Okay. Does anyone know anyone we can go raid? If not, I will just, I guess, pick someone at random here.
Oh, what's up here?
Going once, going twice.
I got nobody really.
Okay, let me see. Okay, well, there's some folks who are playing Curse of Strahd if we want to go there. Yeah, let's do that. So, okay, gang, we are going to go raid.
Why?
Whoops, I hit the wrong button. Okay, we're going to go raid Obi Doug and crew who are playing there in the Abbey of St. Markovia. So that was a lot of fun. I remember that area.
God's help them.
Yeah. We got raid messages for the subbed and the unsubbed alike. Thank you guys for hanging out. We will catch you next time. And until the next time I see you, good luck.
If I was worthy of this sun you shine, would I still feel this way? Or would the stars still misalign me, lying bleeding from the blades? I was lost just when you found me. My reflection now estranged. You plucked me from the shroud of darkness, reborn in your gentle gaze. This is a given and a taking. This is a garden grown to breaking. Until the sun comes, a new day waking. Come now the flood, drown till drinking. And when all this is over and what's been coming finally came, I know my last and dying breath will be to speak your blessed name. A tender holy moment in this world of blood and sin. If I had it to do over, you're the chance I'd take again. This is a given and a taking. This is a garden grown to breaking. Until the sun comes, a new day waking. Come now the flood, drown till drinking, drinking you and fingers quaking, tracing heaven in your aching. The love in our love, the law worth breaking. Oh, heart of my heart, our life that we're making. There's something in the way you love me, erasing all my self-destructing. You are gelding, oh, all of my breaks back together.